In the previous episode, the sorcerers hunkered down in Marcus's workshop to regain their energy and piece together information. They interrogated the corpse of Albacius Damasus, who threw their trusted Dominicus Faust into question. A wild magic surge revealed an invisible Sorcerous lurking in the workshop, and he and Clio discussed their different motives as sorcerers. Augustus Pompeius chose to get involved with the sorcerer's predicament for the sake of his childhood friend, Avalon. The sorcerers will have to think quickly to keep themselves safe and to keep Imperium from descending into chaos following the death of its most popular senator. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sorcerous Origins, your therapist's favorite actual play D&D series. I am your Coliseum master, Will Peña. Today I'm joined by the players. We have Riley Civerolo Douglas,
Marcus Prosperous,
Sydney Steinberg,
Aemil Celeris,
Maya De La Torre,
Avalon, Valerius,
Clayton Currie,
Gaius Maximus,
and Sarah Sherwood.
Clio Meliora.
All right. You guys know where we left off last time. We had an awakening little Roman boy on a couch.
little baby Roman boy.
Where's he going?
He's a man.
When so I guess he starts sitting up and takes the toga from you, keeping himself decent.
Damn. No, I'm just kidding.
We're instantly demonetized.
We are already we are in the
canopy. He starts like pulling the toga over himself, and he like starts taking everything else from underneath. You know?
How like a really awkward beach chain.
I'm still holding his face. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, just making it so bad.
Mm-hmm.
No, he put my hands down. Don't worry.
He's actually like sitting up on the couch at this point, and he kind of scans the room, meeting everybody's eyes. And when he hits you, Gaius, you can feel the hair on the back of your neck like rise, and he also like reaches back and touches it.
Oh, you got into the Spider-Verse.
That's odd. All right, what are we doing here?
We are waiting for. Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit. Yesterday
so much has happened.
Yesterday we went to a undercover Senex meeting in which we were asked to assassinate Albacius Damasus because he was trying to become king and uproot the Senex. And then we came back and he was at my estate trying to raise some kind of undead army of sorts. And he is dead now.
Forgot about the rats.
We have met.
Are we saying things about the rats? This is.
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry. That was just a funny, clever.
Do we want to?
No.
Never mind.
There were rats at one point somewhere.
All right, there tend to be a few scampering.
Yes,
with the horses. Cities.
The
horse.
With the horses and
I saw 5
horses
rats
and that weird dog I keep
riding on
it. Weird. No.
Okay, wait. Did he say the weird dog? When was it? When was the last time you saw the weird dog?
I've seen it a couple nights. Last night most specifically.
Because I want to know if the weird dog is dead now. Okay.
That's on our list. That's on our long list of things to do.
Okay.
Octavius is fine.
Okay.
Albacius did try to kill him.
He did?
He also tried to kill me. But we're both fine now.
Yes, everyone here is in an exceptionally fine position.
Great.
Finer than dead.
How can I help? What's happening with the Senex? What's happening with Quintus?
Good question.
We don't know. We know that he was supposed to meet Albatius about 35 minutes ago. No, it was more than that. About an hour and a half ago. And that is all we know.
All right, so he's probably made it to your estate. He's probably seen what's happened to mine. He's probably talking to your parents or with mine. Where does everyone fall on each side of this? Not the five of you specifically, but your friends, allies, parents, family. Who can we go to?
Dominicus Faust is on his way, but that might be a problem. We don't know if we can trust him, and we've recently gotten some information that really means that we don't know if we can trust him.
All right. Dominicus is a good man, as far as I understand. Had quite a few nice conversations with him over the years. I didn't know that Albatius Damasus was planning a fascist takeover of the country, though. So.
Oh, he also had magic. I feel like I forgot to mention that.
Yes, magical fascists.
Yes, magical.
Okay.
The worst kind.
Yes. All right.
This poor man. He's only 20 years old. The fucking
Also,
kid.
We're not entirely sure if we've only had these abilities for 3 days, 4 days. How long has it been?
It's the fourth day.
It's been 4 days. It's been less than a week. Oh God. But we're not entirely sure if he's had them for longer, because this is an insane amount of
Yeah.
planning that has been able to go into motion.
All right. I am here at your mercy. I can do anything you need me to. I am not very well associated with most of you.
Did you start the fire?
Not exactly. And he kind of takes a second to steady himself on the couch. I believe my father threw a flaming log at me from our fire as I was transformed and not in total control of myself. He tried stabbing me earlier, and that didn't work, so he resorted to the next best thing.
Had you felt a kind of glance over to Gaius and look back at Odd before last night?
Yes, I was having, ever since the night at the gala with the huge wolf, I would just have fallen to bits of, rage isn't the right word, but primal, I don't know, it's instinct that would follow just for a few moments, never as long as last night. There was something different about last night that I couldn't control it, couldn't keep it down.
Well, we'll figure it out. I'm sure there's some way to fix whatever happened, right?
I don't know what happened. It seems to be better now. I'm all human again. honestly remember what happened during the entire night. Stuff close to the beginning and stuff close to the end, sure, but in between it's all a blur of fangs and blood.
Gaius is gonna go to the front door to the workshop and just go outside for a minute.
The front door or the back door?
Whichever one's closer.
Whatever you want.
He doesn't say anything. He just rolls his way and steps outside for a minute.
You make your way back onto that market street. It's fairly busy. It's, kind of mid-morning now. People are moving in and out, selling their wares, and you hear people shouting from the markets that they've established inside their house. You just get some fresh air.
I'm just going to take a look around while I'm out there.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Well, might as well not have. That's going to be a 4.
4.
You see 4 incredibly important things.
Nothing
Or rats.
stands out to you right away until it's kind of right in front of your face. And this man is approaching, wearing this kind of almost purplish gray toga, and has all these silver rings on and this long black hair, and he kind of steps up to the door and says, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that he had other company. Are you here to see Marcus as well?
Fuck.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Cassius Matho.
Yeah, of course you
That's-
are.
And he kind of stretches out his hand.
Can we?
Right. Hi, I'm Gaius Maximus. I'm a friend of Mr. Prosperous.
Good a lot.
I've been waiting for a minute. At this point, I believe Mr. Prosperous is probably not home at the moment.
Okay. Make a deception check.
Yeah, bud.
Smooth operator Gaius. That was.
It's smooth if he rolls high.
You better roll high.
Will.
'Cause
Yes?
Not horrible.
Okay.
That was good.
Okay, not bad at all. 17.
17.
I have a +5 to persuasion.
Woo!
Wait,
Deception.
persuasion or deception?
Deception.
Deception. Sorry. Deception would be 14.
Oh, that seems so much
not
worse
bad.
now in comparison.
It's below one of the 5s. He says, "Oh, okay. I guess I could just pop around a little bit later then. I'll cruise the shops and I'll come back in 20 minutes or so, see if he's awake, see if he's back."
That sounds like might be the best course of action.
Would you like to come with me?
Sure. Why not?
No.
I have nothing better to do.
Gaius,
Of course, yes. I've always heard so much about the Coliseum. I've wanted to know exactly what it's like for the fighters out there. And he kind of starts this conversation.
Well, you see,
We can pop back inside.
After a second, Aemil is like, I feel really nervous having somebody outside.
Yes, it's stupid.
I'm gonna pop my head out. And I
Okay.
can see Gaius reeling away.
If it's just a second, they're probably both just a couple feet away. You could call out if you want to.
Or do you have?
I'll boop 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 with message, and be like, where are you going?
I have to whisper to respond, right?
No.
No, I think
I think the spell description is it's a whisper that is only heard by the person, so your mouth would be moving, but
Yes. Yeah. I don't think Cassius would hear you either way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Explain yourself. Come up with an excuse right now for your behavior.
it's an I understand.
I'm getting some fresh air, and I'm going to talk with my new friend.
Holler if you need anything.
We've entered Gaius' rebellious teen phase. You get bitten by one wolf, and you go.
He's going through something. It's cool. It's fine. Let's just
I'm gonna pop back in.
Plus, he's leading him away from us.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
true.
that's a pretty good strategic
Yeah.
move, honestly. I support you.
Okay. You're right.
And just be like, Gaius is going to get some air.
In a crowded place with many witnesses.
Yeah. Currently talking to some guy in purple, long hair.
Nobody commissions me for decades, and then the moment we murder the president. Well, he's probably looking for me then, which means he's probably going to want to be in the workshop, which means our friend
Needs to go.
I mean, you can't just tell him. We have no idea. This whole city might be underwater tomorrow. You can't tell him to come back tomorrow, and maybe it won't be a problem. Okay. All right.
If
Okay.
I could tell him that, but telling him that through a cracked doorway or while refusing to let him into
Yeah.
a room.
mhm,
A little
mhm,
suspicious.
mhm, 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 mhm.
How long does it take to plaster a body?
We're
Will
like,
Peña,
take
who is
one-
an
take
expert
20
on
minutes.
having his
You
body
work in the
plastered.
theater shop.
I have in fact had my face plastered before. That took a good amount of time, but are you trying to like remake it, or are you just trying to cover it? You're just trying to get it all covered.
I don't know. I just have had the plaster plan in the back of my pocket for the
know.
past month.
If you just want to get like a layer of plaster over the entire thing, 10 minutes.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's
not
pretty good. That's pretty
suspicious
good.
at all.
He's like, oh,
It's
I
a
mean-
very lifelike plaster.
It'll take longer to make it a little more.
because right now it's currently just hidden by a fucking tarp, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
How long till Dominicus gets here?
this isn't me
We
like
don't
just
know.
putting this here because I've been imagining one of those like dividers, you know, those little like divider, because there is a little like sofa, you know, the like not like a room, it's like kind of like a room divider, but it's just those things that like historical period ladies get changed behind.
Oh yeah.
Like a little screen,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, I've just been
Folding.
imagining one of those. That's not, I've been doing it for the past however many sessions. It's not just me wanting something to put the body
Okay.
behind because I don't think it'd be that efficient anyways. But I just figure I've had nude models in here sometimes.
It's your workshop,
you know,
yeah.
Screen for dignity.
It's your workshop, sure.
Great. So that's not really super helpful other than momentarily shielding very obvious things from view.
I
Okay.
still feel like a tarp thrown over a humanoid figure is not that. Throw a tarp over some other statues, and then it'll look like it's just another statue with a tarp thrown over it.
How? I have a couple of questions, William.
Shoot.
So we've talked about some spells affecting bodies and some spells not affecting bodies.
Yes.
This isn't me locking it in, but would hold person work on a corpse to keep it completely still?
I don't think
I
corpses.
will say that only lasts.
target-
It's not going to move.
It
Is he going to
targets
move?
humanoid. I think, Riley, correct me if I'm wrong, your idea is like you could hold person and then stand it up perfectly,
Yes.
entirely, like tensed.
Yeah.
It targets humanoids. What was our ruling on invisibility, right?
Yeah,
Gaius was
invisibility worked
carrying.
because Gaius was carrying it.
And mine
It was
is
If it
Carrying
doesn't
the
work,
body.
that's totally fine. That was just an
I
idea
think
that
it
I
does.
had.
I don't think it will work. It's a very cool idea. It's very tempting for me to make it work. But I think we've set up the precedent already.
It's just a matter of what's less suspicious, a plastered body or okay. I think that if our plan is to throw a tarp over a body and hope that that works, we may as well make it harder for them to see who it is.
Do you have a closet of some sort?
I don't think so. I feel like this is like I mean, Will, if
Marcus doesn't own a closet.
Well, this is his workshop, not his house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
lots
like,
of shelves probably, and like closets with like shelved stuff inside. But
yeah, but not like a.
Not a body hiding closet.
yeah,
If we at least want to make it harder for them to identify who this is, we can plaster it and then throw a tarp over it.
I think more is going to be better in this case. I think that'll work as well as we need it to. I also think, I mean, I'm exhausted and I'm sure I look it, but I think if we all just sort of act natural as much as possible, if we don't give anyone any reason to be suspicious, why would they be?
Yes.
There is also the idea that Dominicus might come when this man is here.
Well, then he'll have to behave himself.
Could you
you-
talk to him somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, I can go try and
No, I'm
find. I just don't know where he is. I can't.
Marcus.
him.
Could you find a cafe and have
I don't think anybody else should be outside and seen right now. Gaius lucked out in that he was the only one who was not directly involved in the direct murder that occurred. So, Gaius is also probably the most lovable out of our little bunch.
Fair.
Yeah.
I think if Dominicus shows up, then I ask him for 50 gold for the piece that he's commissioning me, and thank him for dropping it off.
That sounds
Okay.
good.
All right. I pull out the plaster buckets.
Let's mummify the president.
all right. Let's go back over to Gaius and Cassius.
And you see, that's why we always learn to take extra care of the leather straps within your equipment, because unlike normal clothing, they wear out so much faster.
That makes so much sense. I never quite thought of it like that before. Would you like something to eat? We could just something. There's a barbecue not too far away. You can smell it. It's very nice.
Is he flirting?
What's happening here?
Oh,
Are
wait.
you going on a date?
Are you
Wait.
going on a
Holy-
date
wait.
while we plaster the president's body?
It's what
I
guys.
didn't kill that man. I have no reason to stay behind and plaster the corpse of someone. Unfortunately, I was just stopping by Mr. Prosperous's to discuss some things fairly quickly. I have other places to be. It was a pleasure talking to you, but I'm afraid I will probably have to get going based on the giant sundial in the center of this square.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Cassius says, well, it was a pleasure having some time to walk and talk. I hope that I could see you again, Gaius, sometime. You're a very interesting person that I'd like to get to know better.
Does he touch the small of the back?
Stop it!
We have to stop. We
Stop.
have to
Into the
stop.
chair.
We can't look at every NPC and go.
We surely can.
I
Sydney.
can and I will.
And Cassius parts ways with you. As you're out here, yeah.
What does Cassius look like again? I don't remember this guy.
He's tall, kind of lanky, a little bit pale, long black hair, a ton of
Lanky and pale. That's all I need.
a ton of silver jewelry, like all like up in his ears, on his hands.
Oh my god!
Did you also just think vampire?
No,
Oh, okay.
He's like out in the
Whatever, like-
sunshine.
Gaius is a werewolf. It's
Oh
so
no!
Yeah, okay, there we are. There we go. Okay, good.
Oh,
Okay,
you
cool.
can't date him anymore.
Mm.
You can take out his earrings. God, this is so stupid.
Yeah. What are you doing now, guys?
Which way did he head off to?
Farther down in the direction that you were walking.
Not towards the.
No.
Not towards the.
We did say he'd
okay.
circle back in like 20 minutes.
What was his name again?
Cassius Matho. I said Matho last time I introduced him. Matho's so much cooler. It's like a Star Wars name.
Cassius Matthew.
No.
Cashew Matthew.
Cassius.
Yep, that's it.
I don't have invisibility. Might be worth it. No, it's not worth it. I'm gonna make my way back towards the Prosperous's workshop and keep like a loose eye out to see if I'm being watched or followed.
Okay, make another perception check.
Any guesses?
Natural one. There's also the back entrance.
I'm gonna switch it up and I'm gonna guess 2.
That's 2 higher than what it is. Sarah.
0.
That's a 0. I go right up to the front entrance.
Well, it wasn't a stealth check.
All right.
Yeah, but I don't see anyone following me, so I don't think I'm being followed. I'm just going. I'm going to the same door that Clio met Casrius at.
So you went out the front.
We went
but
out
you're
the
going
back.
to the back.
Yeah,
to
they
come
met
out.
in the back.
Yeah, I'll make my
That's-
way around.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't like that there's
I don't
dice
like
being rolled.
that.
Yeah, I know. You
Take
guys
that back.
No.
Rewind the clock.
Unroll it.
You guys hear
Unroll it.
a rolling knock on the back door.
Is it me knocking or
assuming it's
someone else
Gaius
there?
knocking.
Yes, I mean I assume it's not open. But
Okay.
you can't just open the door. So
Okay, yeah, I will.
Yeah, that would be Gaius.
Yeah.
I think at this point now the molding process has begun. Marcus, could you make a I'm gonna make you make a check with your artisan's tools. What stat do you think Marcus uses to do this? Is it like intelligence? Is it a dexterity? How does he approach it?
I think maybe it takes a lot of constitution to do something.
I don't know if I'll accept that answer.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, intelligence and dexterity is the same thing. But I'm gonna say for this one, I think it is more of an intelligence thing because this isn't requiring super detailed, like we don't have time to be super detailed and like precise. So I think just like, okay, knowledge of anatomy, knowledge of what sculptures look like, trying to plaster it and like maybe mold it in like ways that hide like looks like a mock-up of like a project that I'm gonna begin, but doesn't look like Albaceous.
Sure.
Can Aemil be given the help action?
That's what I was about to ask. If we're helping, can we
Sure,
give
yeah, one of you
advantage?
guys can help.
Can I get
I'll let
three
Aemil do it. I'll go take a nap. Cleo's been trying
Cleo's
to find like a cool way to be like, I'm gonna go take a nap for like the last hour, and I feel like that's what's going on still. She's like, let's get this done. I need to lay down.
Yeah. So would I add intelligence plus proficiency?
Intelligence and proficiency, yeah.
Okay. I almost took sleight of hand, and then I didn't, which I probably should have, because then I would have gotten more as a proficiency thing, but that's okay. This could also be a charisma save if you wanted it to be. Oh, good. My proficiency is higher now. That is a 19.
19. That's
Okay.
very good. I'd say with the amount of time that Gaius has been gone for, you're probably all the way down to like just below the chest. As you took the tarp off of Albatius's body, you see he is like completely pale in the face, and the entire like lower half of his body, horizontally, if that makes sense, like as he's lying down, so like down here, has purpled and bloated with his blood settling.
Gross.
And you start pouring and shaping this plaster over the body.
The poor FBI agent that had to review Will's search history of how does rigor mortis take effect.
Oh wait,
Look
so
at
it's
how hot do
just
ceramic
regular
kilns
Morris.
fire?
It's not magic Morris.
Yes, this is I
Maurice?
believe liver mortis.
Movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
LIVOR.
Liver Maurice.
Yeah. And you're just below the pectorals when you
More
hear
like-
this knock on the door.
Dead or Mortis.
Anyways,
Okay. All
someone
right.
can open it over, guys.
No one will open the door for Gaius.
I will open the door for
The
Gaius. I'm
blaster
not
on my
doing
hands.
anything.
Yeah.
Cleo's sleeping.
Cleo's taking a nap. Good night.
Mm-hmm. Gaius makes his way back in. Dominicus. Wait, no, sorry. Albatius. No, I have so many names. Give me
Augustus
one.
is the other one.
What's his name?
Augustus.
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 Okay.
Augustus kind of gives you an odd glance and says, that was an odd time to leave. Everything okay?
No, but there's nothing we can do about it. So, yes. Also, Mr. Prosperous, someone stopped by looking for you. A fellow by the name of Cassius Matthew, Mathario.
Great.
Mathematics.
I'm like covered in plaster. Fucking well.
Pleasant fellow.
Yes, very rich. When is he coming?
Well, he came by when I first stepped outside. I told him you weren't here. We went for a nice walk, had a good chat. He offered to get me lunch. I told him I had to be somewhere, and he just walked off. So
So you
anywhere
promised.
from 20 minutes to 7 years from now, I don't know.
Right. So this brings us into another question of how many of you should be in here when he shows up. Probably not Gaius, who has told him that he had some rest.
Right. As you have not been home, none of us should probably be here.
I mean, usually I can be invisible, but not right now. Avalon and I can go, and Aemil and I can go take a walk, maybe?
Or just stick by.
Again,
Back
I'm
door.
nervous leaving anyone.
I know. Well, not,
sense.
I mean, take a walk. We won't go far, but we could chill in an alleyway, I guess.
You can like you could probably just stick by the back door because honestly, Dominicus might be showing up at some point as well. So
Yeah,
good
yeah.
to keep an eye out on him.
Mhm.
If you four want to just hang out at the back door,
Just loitering in the back like a bunch
once
of
my
loiter.
client
delinquent
gets here.
teens.
No.
Daddy's working. Everybody go outside.
Cleo, why did your name have to start with a C? We could have all been the A team.
We could have been the A team. I
Aemil,
know.
Avalon, Augustus. Is Gaius coming with us? Because then I have to blame both of you for not having an A name.
Yeah, I think you all have to
We
fuck out of
we
here.
should all get out of
Yeah.
here.
Call me
so-
Ias.
But
You
I
have
can't
to
help
help
you.
me finish plastering this.
Yeah,
body.
let's.
Yeah.
This is the worst thing I've ever done in my entire life. No, it's not.
yeah, I look at you. I'm like, I don't say it, but there's an implication of, oh, more than the original murder.
More than no, killing him was the worst.
Should
Uh,
we go
yeah, let's keep
outside
plastering
while
up
this is
bloated
happening?
boy. Little bloat boy.
Don't call him that.
Don't call him that.
Should we go outside while this is happening? And Aemil, you can join us
Sure.
just
Oh.
in case he comes back earlier.
Before we
Okay.
go, what's the game that we play with Dominicus?
I feel like if he's with Albatius, then he already knows everything, so there's no point in keeping anything from him. We don't tell him anything about the Telnar stuff. None of that. None of the rat stuff.
Augustus is like
none of their stuff, and I point to Gaius and Augustus. None of that. I don't think. Anything having to do with Albatius. I feel like if he's, I so don't want to believe that he's with him, especially because I just sent him after my best friend. But if he's with Albatius, then we have nothing to hide because he already knows.
Who has the notes right now?
Aemil.
Either
Take
hide
those
those
outside.
or I'm sure I have like paper
file folders.
like canvases.
Stick them in your notebook.
Papers. Yeah, I was gonna say, or they
Just
might
plaster them.
Joe, don't
Just
plaster them. These are important evidence.
I assume that I have, like artists have
Two
like
descending stones sitting at the bottom of the plaster
Yeah.
bin.
You know how like artists have like portfolios and shit? Like I'm sure there were like Roman for. Can I like just toss the papers in like
Sure, yeah.
an art paper thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's continue with our avant-garde project.
All right.
Are the four of us stepping outside, or?
Yes, I think we should. Aemil, you join us when you all are done. Good luck.
All right. For the AAGC team steps outside.
Saga.
What's in the
I'm not outside yet.
stuff we can kind of sit behind so it's not directly noticeable that we are just hanging out in an alleyway?
There's like
Like a
there's like
dumpster?
kind of scattered like old discarded crates and things like that. There's not like a pile of dump, like this parts of
Yeah.
the neighborhoods, cleaner than that.
Yeah. But if we sit down, we can probably be behind the crates.
Yeah.
I asked this last session, but what's the roof situation like?
I believe it was flat and
10
slightly
feet.
taller.
Are
Yeah.
there other buildings nearby that are taller than this building, or are all about the same level, or?
They're all roughly the same level. Yeah. Give or take like a couple feet, but it's not like a squat building surrounded by heights.
Is the building like completely flat, or you know how some buildings have like a little bit of a platform of the ledge and then go down into then it's flat like that, or is it just flat?
They probably has a little bit of a platform like you're talking about. You'd have to be like completely supine, but you could theoretically get to the top and lie down.
Ooh.
Just everybody laying down.
You guys decide what you want to do. We can move back inside with Marcus and Aemil. Slowly massaging plaster all over Albania.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
hate this.
I mean, I guess I
hate
have to
this.
massage artistically, but it's not meant to provide any pleasure for this body.
He's-
Let me be clear.
As you guys move closer down past the pectorals towards the abdomen, Aemil, you move past like kind of his side right here, and you feel a piercing pain right in that same spot that you're touching. And it starts to feel slightly wet.
Like Aemil feels that.
Aemil feels this.
On my side, I pull up my shirt.
You pull up your shirt a little bit, and just a little bit of dark red, almost black blood is
What the
pouring
fuck?
out of a non-existent wound that you supposedly once had when you were stabbed in the Coliseum, but do not have anymore.
You're bleeding.
I don't know why that's happening. Can I do like, what would this be, an Arcana check, an
Arcana,
investigation
probably.
check? Ooh. Dirty 20, 18 plus 2.
Dirty 20.
Because it's covered in all that black blood.
Because it's
Yeah,
covered in
it's the
blood.
lucky
It's
one.
my
Plaster.
blood. I got stabbed. I
Plaster.
died, and now I'm not dead.
Yeah, it is. It's you. You're touching the same spot on Albacius that you were killed yourself. That's the obvious connection there. There is a less obvious, like, as you're kind of like feeling around, you kind of wipe the blood away. That whole section of skin is like paler, not just where the wound would be, not like a scar, but like kind of spreading out from there. It's getting that same grayish pale that the top surface of Albacius is.
Oh my god.
Does Albacius have an open wound there?
No.
And I'm not there.
Okay. I'm gonna wash my hands, and as Gaius said, there's nothing we can do about it right now, so everything is okay. I'm gonna go wash my hands
Great, go ahead.
for 20 seconds to get all the germs off.
Yeah.
Does
There you
the
go.
bleeding stop once they
Um,
stop touching Albacius?
The bleeding almost immediately stopped. It was like a single line of a few like
What?
droplets of blood. And you see all those droplets of blood wash into the basin, and kind of
That's
tendril out and disappear into the water.
where you were stabbed, is it not?
Yeah. And it looks like all the blood has kind of gone away from that section of
Yeah.
my body. Oh, I hate that so much. And there's no like wound or scar. It's just like
No, just like when you got up from that same day and it was clean, empty.
Aemil scrubs extra hard at their left hand, which is still ink stained like up to here on the forearm, and it doesn't do anything, and they just kind of plaster. Let's
Yes.
do this fast. Sorry.
That's now is not the time for sorries, Aemil.
Yeah. What the fuck?
We can cut back outside now. Are you guys on the ground? Are you guys on the roof? What's the plan?
You are not getting Clio on a roof. Not today. Good luck. Good luck with that. That's gonna be hard. Give me your Shark Tank pitch for why I should get on this roof. It's gonna be a hard fucking sell. Actually, you know what? I'm out. I'm not going on a roof. Are you serious? Are you serious?
I was just making a suggestion,
Okay,
but
okay.
we don't have to.
I don't have listen, it's weird. I didn't have magic for like a long time, and now after 4 days I miss it when I can't do it. I can't. I'll fall and die. This is not the time for me to do that. I can't get up there.
10 feet.
Oh. Well, I don't want to.
That's fair.
You all look pretty beat up. I don't know if any of you should be climbing on roofs right now.
I don't need to climb.
I also
This is
wouldn't
different.
climb.
Okay. Okay. And he sits down next to a crate.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down next to Augustus. Just be like, I love this plan. I love this plan.
Down too.
I'm already sitting, so
You guys are so good at sitting. I'm so proud of you all.
I'm sorry to hear about the library, Clio. As you sit down next to him.
Right.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. And people.
Yeah.
Feels like a billion years ago. Yeah. Thank you.
And Gaius Maximus. You're legend's too strong of a word, but famous. Never really expected to meet you face to face.
Yes, well, things change. Life throws you into situations that you never expect yourself to be in.
Yeah. Where's Avalon during all this?
She's there. She's probably seated like across. How big's the alleyway?
Alleyway size, it's not huge, but it's big enough to get a horse through.
I mean,
The
it's
horses.
gotta be in
Well,
this.
like, I
And
know,
they
is-
just
is it-
love
In
is it-
this town.
Is it
Where's
wide
the
that
alleyway?
I can't be sitting on the other side of the alleyway?
You could be sitting on the other side of the alleyway, yeah.
Is it like school hallway? Is it?
That's a good comparison, yeah. School hall.
You're not knee to knee.
And Augustus just kind of meets your eyes and doesn't really say anything.
Yikes. I don't say anything.
Avalon, what happened between you and my brother? He never really talked about it at home. My parents weren't quite interested in discussing the matter any further either.
When I came 2 days ago?
Yes, but even before that, I don't know.
In the Coliseum before all the magic happened, he had a very important question to ask me. And I was promptly dropped from the Coliseum into the... She doesn't laugh in real life. That was me. And I hadn't seen him since the events at the Coliseum. So I went to the house, as you know, and, well, he wasn't sick, first of all, and I'm sure you knew that already.
Gathered, yes.
All I know is that he was told to not associate with me anymore, and I left.
Our parents like to do that, don't they?
They do. Well, you know, what goes around comes around.
Let's cut back to inside. You guys are...
I'm ear pressed up against the wall.
All the way down to just below his knees at this point. Guys are making quick work of this with that 17.
19.
19.
No.
Are we at the shins now?
Ankles.
Natural one, yeah. You hear a knock at the door.
No.
We had 20 minutes.
No. No.
Did you say it would take about 10 minutes to plaster this body?
Yeah. He
And
said he'd be
said
back
that
in
he would
around
be here
20
in
minutes. And then I rolled a natural one because his date didn't go very well.
So it was a date!
Guys, if you had just kissed him!
Aemil hears the knock and starts scooping plaster and just putting it on top of the bottom. like the
Yeah,
last
we
bit, so
just-
there's no
we
like
cover his
human skin.
stupid, dumb, shitty little ankles. And fucking tarp it. Hello. Can I prestidigitate this fucking dry, please?
Yeah.
I'll help.
Great.
Just
Yeah.
like magic.
I think we just like prestidigitated dry.
The wet plaster begins to lose its sheen and become the mat of dry plaster.
Great. Okay, so it's like even if this looks suspicious, which it does, it's like, well, they couldn't have plastered a body in 10 minutes. It would be wet. Perfect plan.
Back door. I'm
Perfect plan.
bye.
Get out. Great.
Slam.
I cover this dumb body. I prestidigitate my hands clean. I do the equivalent of tightening my tie.
Just my
Fully
toga.
open.
I open the door.
Great. You open the door, and standing in front of you is Dominicus Faust.
I knew it!
Prestidigitated a body!
Knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it. I saw your little face. I was like, oh, it's not the motherfucker. It's not the same. It's some other dude. Anyway, I'm in the
So
alleyway,
you're
I don't
saying
know, but,
Dominicus
yeah.
was on a date and it didn't go well. Wow.
Where's Aster?
By
Where's
and
Aster?
he cheated on us. I hate him.
Uh,
Mr. Faust.
Mr. Prosperous. Where is everybody else?
Does he have Aster with him?
No, just him.
Ah, why not? It's fine. It's fine.
Where's Clio's friend?
Aster Mitchell. I wasn't able to find him at his apartment, or at the Icarus Plaza. So I slid a note under his door telling him where to meet us if he comes home.
I'm sorry.
No idea,
You
no idea,
slid a
no idea.
note under. Get in. I like bring him in, and I like turn around and I go. You slid a note with the location that we're at.
Yes. How else was he supposed to find us?
I don't know.
Only
How else
one
are
of them.
other people supposed to find us, Mr. Faust, for a senator? I mean, I guess I'm not surprised considering the meeting at Icarus, but
You say that out loud?
I'm not insinuating as a spy. I'm insinuating as stupid.
Oh no, but you say that
Jesus
out loud,
Christ.
yeah?
Yeah, I'm just. I guess I'm not surprised that competence is lacking considering the meeting at the.
It got worse. Somehow it got worse.
Sorry.
Mike is out for blood.
No, you're good.
He shouldn't have left a note with my workshop.
Really stupid.
It's fine.
really
It's
stupid.
fine. It's fine. We'll handle it. It's fine. I'm in an alleyway. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
All right, where's the rest of your group?
Outside.
Can we go speak to them?
Yes. Pardon my bluntness, Mr. Faust. It's been a stressful day, as you can imagine.
I'm sure.
I open the back door.
Everyone stands up and, well,
I'm gonna.
can't speak
Yeah,
for everyone.
We can't come in. I guess. Come in and be prepared to leave rather soon, considering our other guest.
Augustus stands up and starts to make his way inside.
Where's Aster?
I couldn't find him, Clio.
Okay.
Check this motherfucker.
Insight check.
Thank you.
I want to know if he's talking shit. I don't think he is. I also can I just get a general vibe check? Like, does he seem like he is? I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this. What I want to know is does he seem like he's intimidated by us, in a way, the way that you would if you were hiding that you were a spy, you know? I was gonna ask, does he seem like he's out of his element here?
Make
And
an
that's
insight
not
check.
exactly it. I want to know if he's intimidated
Can I
by
also
us
make an
in
insight check on
some
him?
way.
Sure, yeah.
Could I make an insight check, but only on how much my words affected him, like emotionally?
Emotionally.
Okay, sure, yeah.
I just want to
Okay.
know how good me being mean was.
How about a 25?
25.
Yes.
I got a 17.
I'm in love with
17.
I got a passive
18.
9.
I got an 18, so actually, if you want to give me more than I asked for, feel free. I'm not limited to just how me being a bitch went.
Avalon, Marcus, Clio, you both recognize that he is telling the truth. He could not find Aster.
How's that going around?
Marcus, he was coming expecting bad news, and you did not make the situation any easier. He is a little bit peeved at you now.
Yeah, great. Whatever.
Clio, he seems incredibly tense, whether that's from being a spy or, having organized the assassination of one of the Senex members. The 25, you're leaning towards Senex members.
Okay, good to know. I think Cleo stands up and dusts herself off and is like, I'm glad you got my sorry about that. I'm sure that was a little strange.
Expected. Yeah.
Yeah. I can just do that now, so it could happen again. I don't know. So basically, Albacius is dead.
He points down to the plaster body. Is that him?
Is it that obvious?
I look at Marcus should I lie?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, we kind of had to figure things out on our own. Actually, I don't say sorry. We had to figure things out on our own.
Yes.
He attacked Avalon.
Why would he do that?
He asked me to be a spy for him, and I did not comply.
Insight check when she says spy.
That's why I said it, babe.
20.
Nat 20?
Yeah, so 29. How does that feel?
29?
Yeah, can I have his social security number? I want his mother's maiden name.
Actually, sorry, the DC was 30.
30?
You're one short.
No, let's wait till my proficiency bonus goes up.
Clio, when she says spy, his eyes widen in complete shock. He would have. He did not know that he had spies, especially within the sorcerers.
He's that deep in.
He's so deep, he didn't even know.
He gaslit himself.
I'm gonna go ahead and take message as my last cantrip. I don't know why I've been holding out because I thought I was gonna take mending. No, I'm gonna take message. I'm gonna message the group really quick and just be like, I think he's good. I think he's fine. Just like bing 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 bing. Not Augustus. I don't care what he thinks. But the squad I will.
He's just standing there. He's just around.
I'm gonna message back. Should I get his papers?
I'm not there yet.
What's the next step, Mr. Faust?
I don't know.
You don't have a disposal plan in case...
That wasn't our job, that was yours.
I've never done this before.
We were asked to kill your enemy, which we did. We were also told that you would take care of us to the best of your abilities.
And
We've done our part of the job. We're asking for you to come in and help us now.
Fine. I mean, I really don't think the body is your biggest concern at the time. People are going to notice that Albacius Damasus is missing, very quickly.
I suppose Quintus in Brux already knows.
I'm sure they already know.
Then why are you worrying
I'm
about
surprised.
hiding a body?
Because
Well, what else are we supposed to do with it?
Come out in front of this, maybe? And I can help you with that. I am not your enemy here. All right?
Insight check. That was, I don't know, that was a strong choice of words.
The weird thing to
I would
say.
also,
That's weird.
remind me at the end of this, I need to read something to you that really fucked me up just now.
Yep.
That's
It's almost a 15 and it was a 5. So what's 5 plus 9?
14.
14? Yeah.
He seems very uncomfortable with what's happening right here and thinks it's counterproductive.
Cool.
Right.
Look,
Well, I don't doubt that we have to come out of this in front. We should release a statement of some sort of all the dark dealings he was planning to do, which will hopefully turn the public praise against him, and therefore release a statement that, due to this dangerous activity...
Avalon, what was he planning to do?
I walk over to where the papers are stashed.
did you
Before
I'm gonna message Aemil and say, not the code, not the code, not the code.
before everything happened, he spoke of creating an army for, I forgot the name of our country.
Imperium.
Imperium. For Imperium, which we later found out was a undead army, which is why bodies were being delivered to my estate.
From the Coliseum.
From the Coliseum.
That makes a sort of sense nowadays. All right.
Also, to answer your question, we're worrying about the body because in about 10 minutes, probably, somebody is going to come into the workshop to speak with me, and we figured it would be less suspicious for me to speak with them than to turn them away.
All right. Fine. Smart. It's good. Here is what I'm worried about, and it's what I warned you of the night that we all agreed to this. Albatius Damascus was a very popular man, both among the Senex and among the people. If they find out that he has been killed in such a horrible fashion that apparently he needed to be plastered over, the people aren't going to like that. And they're not going to like whoever replaces him in power.
And why did you send us to do it?
I was hoping you would do it a little more discreetly.
We all had hopes for how this would go.
We can also unplaster him if need be.
It's stupid easy. We've got hella magic. It's stupid easy. Don't fucking worry about it. Don't laugh at me.
To be clear,
We have hella magic. It's not a big deal. Listen.
I truly feel the Clio Marcus bond in this workshop tonight.
Listen. Look, I think what is it that you need? Because if you need a scapegoat, if you need a killer, that can be easily arranged. If I'm no
The worst possible outcome right now that we are dangling on the precipice of is a civil war.
Excellent. How do we stop it?
I don't know. If we could have said that Albatius passed away in his sleep and there would have been a peaceful transition of power, as there always had been, we could do that. But this does not seem like a body presentable to the public.
He openly attacked an innocent bystander. He
Openly
Two of them.
attacked? How many people saw him attack her?
not me.
Who?
Octavius Pompeius.
How many people saw that?
I was dead. I wasn't dead.
Well, it's true. The 4 of us in this room. I mean, Marcus, Aemil.
Octavius himself.
Yeah.
There were groundskeepers there. I'm not sure how much they saw of any of this.
All right. So we have potential groundskeepers. That's good. That is a lead. As for the 4 of you, you were also the people trying to kill him at the time. So your word is not extremely valuable here. And Octavius himself, he survived the incident?
Yes, thanks to Marcus,
Didn't
I believe.
you
Or Aemil. Who?
Marcus.
Yeah, it was Marcus.
didn't you all I'm assuming we all talked about this. Wasn't the Alexei fellow, didn't he see
Avalon.
Avalon being attacked?
I don't think so. I wasn't there.
I mean, he watched over her while she was unconscious, and the only other person around who could have attacked her was Albatius. I think he can put 2 and 2 together, and nobody would really
He
be
doesn't
able to.
know why.
No, I look at everybody else. What else am I gonna do? And I go get the specifically the spell scroll for the Mortis Exultant, and leave the like coded stuff
All right.
there. But I'm gonna be like, we have more from his desk. I'm not sure if this means anything to you, and I'll show it to him. It wouldn't have meant anything to me 4 days ago.
To offer some more information that I suppose we have neglected to tell you is that he also was affected by whatever thing gave us powers. He had some kind of abilities as well.
All right. Okay. He scans over the spell scroll. I mean, you're right, it doesn't mean anything to me. And it seems like the 5 of you are the only ones who would be able to verify it.
Really quick, I want to message Aemil and ask if they can detect magic real fast.
Sure. Yeah, I can do that.
I think that might be smart. See if anyone's listening.
I'm gonna say, excuse me for a second, and I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
How's Augustus doing?
Augustus is leaning towards the back of the circle.
I have coloring pages for him if you want. In order.
Give him a little coloring book.
Give him a coloring
Pull
book.
some crayons.
Yeah.
A little bone to chew on.
Aemil,
Stop.
your vision goes into that like black and white overlay. First and foremost, there is no magic coming from Dominicus.
Okay, that's good.
There is a faint aura of what would that be? The Sending Stone in the.
I think it's transmutation.
Okay, sure. Would be transmutation magic. So it's letting out this. Oh no, probably divination. I bet. Divination.
What is the spell sending?
Yeah.
That feels divination to me, but
I think I'm almost positive it's divination.
Yeah, write that down.
So it's letting out this like pink energy from within the
Sending's evocation.
Oh.
Really? What? Okay.
Don't get me on my whole rant about spell schools. Don't get me started. This is not the podcast for it.
So it is instead of red glowing.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of anything else that you would be seeing from within the room. Nothing else is giving off any magic. Or besides I think we've established that the 5 of you give off like a faint aura.
Yeah, the spell scroll probably as well.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Is there spooky like werewolf magic?
I don't know where the pillar
Obelisk.
thing.
Oh,
Obelisk.
shit.
Gave
Yeah,
it to
very
Marcus.
Obelisk
right?
is giving off
Yeah.
hella magic. Hella magic. Yeah.
Okay.
what school?
Hello, magic. What school is that?
That would be evocation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll shake my head. Everything's fine. At least in that area.
Where's Octavius now?
He is back at his estate with his mother and I assume father.
All right. Right next to where Quintus has already arrived.
But Quintus wouldn't have known about Octavius.
No, possibly not.
Also, if it's any leeway at all, I technically was not there when Albatius was killed.
Could help with some. Yes.
It's
Also,
another card on the table.
To mention, whatever you were implying of his state of death wasn't maimed.
How did he die?
He's fine. He's just dead.
I mean, we could go look. It's 10 feet right there.
I mean, it's plastered over. But
Yes, but
we can,
you said we could take it off, right?
Right.
I don't know if we want to do
think
that
so.
before our other
Friend shows up. Yes.
The biggest thing we can do right now is to get ahead of the narrative. And I could potentially do that by calling a meeting of the Senex and announcing that Albatius Damascus has died and his seat needs to be replaced immediately, as there is a vote tomorrow on how to use the 5 of you.
What comes of us? Because I assume that you can't just say that Albatius Damascus died without bringing up who did it.
Or how it happened.
That's where I'm getting a little bit lost as well.
We don't know. Is that an option at all? We don't know. He's
Possible.
just gone.
Very possible.
People potentially saw us fighting it, but people also potentially didn't see anything. He could have escaped. He could be on the run.
I think, oh God, I think if we want people to have not seen anything, I know a way that we can make that happen. But it's a last resort. It is a worst case scenario. But that's an option if we need people to have not seen anything.
There are other ways to get that to happen.
There are.
Pardon me, I'm going to sound uncouth. Who else can you pin this on?
Well, there are all the members of the Senex that are part of our little group. If any of them could possibly be willing to take the fall and have their name besmirched for the rest of history, that is an option. There is Quintus Imbux, his loyal lapdog that never left his side. People could possibly see a motive there. Albatius didn't have a lot of enemies. It was one of the frustrating things about him. Well, not publicly. Because to hate Albatius publicly would be to invite a lot of hate upon yourself.
Yes. I'm familiar with this. Yeah. Which brings me to another suggestion that I don't like. I'm doing a thing that I like to sometimes do where I just give a lot of suggestions that I don't like, and maybe I can warm up to one of them. Everybody knows in this city how I feel about Albatius Damascus. even before the Coliseum, before any of this, my name was already, as you say, burned from history. That, and in sort of a fun turn of phrase, burned in a lot of ways. I know he hated me too, and I killed him. So if you could get me out of prison, it might help you to put me in there. But again, that depends on if you think you could get me out.
That's an idea.
I don't love that you're agreeing with me, but I understand that it is in fact an idea.
You're going to your library, yes?
Yes.
All right. That was a known quantity among the cynics. Less known throughout the public.
Will, can I do a vibe check on thoughts on the library? I just want to know, listen, do you know how bad it would hurt me if I think this man burned down my fucking library? I just want to know if he is feeling guilt at that at all. This is, I think, my 5th insight check of the last 20 seconds. It's 14 plus 9, 23, right?
23.
Yeah.
Yes, good job.
Not any guilt, no.
All right.
Remorseless. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mind spike him.
Get his ass, Mark.
Instantly kill him. Yeah. Would you be willing to do that, Clio? Because I can't make any guarantees. Marcus?
I'll do whatever I have to do to keep the power in the city from falling into the wrong hands. If you think this is the move that will keep us out of a power vacuum that could destroy the peace in the city, then yes, I'll go down for a murder that I did. But again, if there's another option,
Don't like that idea.
I hate that. And
I
hate everything about this situation, but if that's the last resort and that is what needs to happen, I'm not letting you do it by yourself.
Well, I was going to mention that there are accounts of people seeing me enter the room with Senator Albatius, and then a fight immediately ensuing. So perhaps it wouldn't be that far off. It'd be a good story to spin.
You were seen on the ground unconscious. Hard to. I'm just saying I agree with.
I'm not sure how many people had left the vicinity at that point.
Well, we know at least Alexei saw you.
I have one more suggestion. We may have already talked about and declined, but something to keep in mind. What we found on Albatius Damasius's desk implies, if not confirms, that people can be brought back from the dead in some capacity. I don't know that that's even a possibility, but if Albatius being gone is such an issue, maybe a real last resort is bringing him back. After all, we must have some leverage on him, considering that we killed him, and hey, he tried to blackmail us. Maybe it's time we return the favor, if that's something we can do. Might not even be possible, but
I think it's possible.
Aemil is looking at the spell scroll
hard.
I'm looking for Vivify on my spell list. Oh, that's 10 seconds. That doesn't work. Never mind.
DM question.
For sure.
Do we all get? I can't remember if you said this or not. But do we all get the feeling that any of us could use that spell scroll of Latin Dance Macabre?
Because what is the technical rules are that only if it's on your spell list could you potentially cast it, which we already broke last time because I don't think Gaius should have been able to cast Speak with It. I think it would have to be Clio who would have done that.
Sorry.
So let me take a look at it.
Will
I know
putting
one spell
spell
list
scrolls in our hand that none of us can use.
Well, it's a sick fucking spell scroll, and now also we have it and nobody else does. We don't know who else
It's
has magic
not on the
walking around.
sorcerer spell list.
Someone had to make it.
Is it on the cleric spell list?
It is not on
No,
the
it's
cleric
wizard and
spell.
warlock. But okay, so
Bummer.
I
Check
guess
Tasha's. Check Tasha's. Tasha's expanded spell lists.
the question is, are you now making are we sticking to what rule was already broken, or is it now like okay from here on out? Just because I'm fine with either of those, but it'd be good to
I'm fine with either.
set a precedent, like officially.
Yeah, I think it's on sorcerers.
So then, is the conclusion now that
I'm okay with the precedent because I think spell scrolls are more cool and interesting that way.
Okay, anyone can
then
cast them, so it
anybody
doesn't
can.
matter.
Anyone, I think you guys could do.
Okay, great.
Anyone, as long as they're a caster, could cast it.
Yeah.
Well, we have. I don't know if. Well, Aemil, you seem to be holding on to that scroll very closely, but if it does what you say it can do, then I feel like that is fairly damning evidence. We say he was trying to raise an army of corpses to do his bidding. He was collecting corpses, and this is magic that we found in his possession that, what do you know, does just that.
I have two quick things about that. Number one is first of all, that can you imagine if someone had said that to you 5 days ago? I just think the amount that we've already been exposed to magic is insane, and the fact that we're so just cool with it is kind of wild. And I don't think we should expect the average person to even comprehend. I don't want to say they wouldn't comprehend it. I think people are smart, but I think it's a lot to ask of the average person to believe that.
To clarify, I'm not asking them to believe that he died and came back. I'm asking them to believe that he never died.
I could pull that off for an hour.
I thought we were talking about using the spell scroll to like blacken his name and make him look bad.
That's what I was saying.
The more
I was thinking in terms of what Marcus was saying.
The other thing is, if we start telling people that magic can do these horrible things, are they going to think that we can and will do those horrible things?
Absolutely, they will.
Mm-hmm. That's my fear as well.
We can, and we've already done. So
true. That's fair. That's a good point.
There's also the point of many of the servants at my estate having dug graves into the actual ground, and you have witnesses there.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume someone had to be dealing with the bodies.
Augustus steps in. The people who were bringing the bodies were dead on the cart, if you guys remember.
Were those the only bodies? I assume there were already bodies there.
There were bodies in the cart, and then the people who had been driving the cart were also dead.
I meant at my estate.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
In the estate, there was no other bodies. Augustus steps in for a second. Another wrinkle that I'm sorry to introduce. Albatius was potentially planning on reanimating dead bodies to fight in the war against Telnar. Not everyone is going to hate that idea. People who are especially loyal to him might love it, such as my parents, such as potentially your parents, Avalon.
They had already agreed.
The love for Albatius Damasus is fanatical and could potentially extend past his death. Whatever we do, we can't make him a martyr for a cause.
So we try to bring him back.
I like the me going to prison plan better than that plan. I'm going to be really honest.
It's not going to be forever. He's going to come back for a small period of time, and then perhaps
pass away peacefully.
This wouldn't bring him
peacefully narrative.
He would be a zombie for an hour. He wouldn't be
alive.
The way I know that I could take alter self right now, but I'm not. I'm trying to figure out how that works into Marcus's character. Like if he
I know. I'm also looking at it.
It's like it'd be so easy. It'd be so easy. It would solve so many things. But also, I don't just want to take something because it helps in this one thing when I think that other spells might be more up Marcus's alley.
I don't support the plan of you going to prison, Miss Meliora. If you go, I think we should all go.
I mean,
there is no point in putting you on a pyre to sacrifice. We all had a hand in this.
Here's a question. Do we have to be the ones to deal with this anymore? We did the job. I don't want to leave, but I don't have a life here anymore. I don't have a trade here anymore. Why don't we just leave? We get fake documents. We fuck off.
So where?
See if the Telnar will take us. I don't care. Listen, we did your dirty work. I guarantee you none of us wanted to do this in the first place. And I was clinging on to what little idea there was that I could keep doing what I've been trying to do for the past 10 years. That's not an option anymore. So frankly, do we have to be the ones to take care of this, or can we go? If everything else has been taken already, do we get reprieve now in that we can leave?
Sure. Yes. Marcus, I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm sorry that you've lost your business over the years. I'm sorry that I roped you into this. I'm sorry that the universe gave you these powers. You agreed to do this. I and the rest of the Senex who agree with me will be forever thankful for what you've done. I apologize for glossing over that from the second that I walked through this door. All 5 of you have taken a step in preventing this country from falling to empirical rule. You don't owe us anything anymore. We owe you.
I kind of back off. I go over to where my sketchbook is. I'm kind of taking myself out of the conversation momentarily.
Okay,
There
so
is another knock at the door.
You've got to be kidding me.
There's my failing business, Dominicus.
Yeah. Why don't we step out and let Marcus handle this work thing? I don't think we should go far.
Have a chat in the alleyway.
Back to the alleyway. Marcus, I want to kind of like lag behind and just like kind of catch up with Marcus and be like, you're I mean, not good, but you're going to be okay with this, right? Do you want someone to keep an ear out, or?
I don't think that Cassius is going to be the one to do me in after all of this. And
fair.
If all goes extremely well, then maybe I get a commission. So, looks like things are looking up.
Yeah, we don't know. There's a lot of people that have been sort of coming out of the woodwork with powers like ours, and
If you want to keep an ear on the door, you may.
Okay. All right,
I-
I'll follow the game.
I want to take all of the papers and stuff out of that little like paper. That's going with me. I don't want to
Including the code, just because
Yes, all of it.
Okay.
All right. All the papers and all the people move out into the back alley. I believe there are 6 of you now.
Yep.
Quite a lot of people.
One,
That
We,
won't be
we
the
start
most.
Augustus
smoking
and
in the
Dominicus,
alleyway.
one.
Marcus, you hear another knock at the door. Hello, Mr. Prosperous. Are you in yet?
One moment. I'm gonna look over to my sketchbook. There's nothing like new on the page, right? Like it's just empty. Okay, I just close it and put it in my thing. I open the door.
You open the door to the tall, pale, lanky form, silver-studded Cassius Matho.
Wonderful. Just to clarify, plastered body is underneath tarp, is behind divider.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Mathos,
Mr. Prosperous, it's wonderful to see you. Especially after everything that happened at the gala, I'm glad you're okay.
Right? Absolutely crazy
Mhm.
night at the gala.
Can I come in?
Yes, of course. Come right in. It's a pleasure to see you.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be seen.
I love this.
Hopefully, we can be doing a lot of seeing each other if you're interested in creating a bust of me.
Yes, absolutely. I haven't had fucking time to draft up these sketches, have I?
No.
What'd you say? Okay, that's fine. I'll pull out my sketch and be like, I thought it might be good to maybe get some proportions, get some ideas, see kind of what you were. If there's anything, you know how the upper echelon is in terms of dramatic.
Yes.
If you wanted antlers or halos, technically those can be done. Those are popular.
I see you're working on something with horns over there. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I turn around to my it's just like this much, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a sort of artistic experiment.
Fascinating. I'll think on that. This is just something from my courtyard, right? And so I think maybe from the chest up, or do you think something more the full body? I don't know. I'm sure that would cost more because of the artisanal.
Well, it does cost more, but I find that the benefits of a full body sometimes make that cost worth it. I mean,
would you be able to go into enough detail to show all of my finery?
Mr. Mathos, that's my job. I assure you that I can be as detailed as you wish me to be.
Great. Then make a persuasion check.
What am I persuading about?
Go from a bust to a full.
Okay, that's fine.
Tested it.
I did suggest it.
No, I meant the other guy.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, Montana music.
That's a 23.
23?
Yeah.
You're getting 2 folds.
Yeah. I think I would like something a little more a centerpiece. Something
Absolutely.
very opulent that I could show off to everyone coming into my estate.
That sounds wonderful. Looking at you, I don't want to rush this process. Art can't be rushed. It takes time. I think what might be best is maybe I take a few days, maybe a week, to really kind of dig into your essence on the paper. And just kind of sketch out a few ideas maybe and really let the things ruminate. And maybe, you come back after we've both had time to kind of get in tune with our own cores.
Sure, of course, yes, it'll give me some time to tighten up a little bit.
Well, that's one of the good things about Marvel, Mr. Mathos, is that it doesn't have to be entirely true to form.
Thank you. So I'll be seeing you in a week.
Didn't I schedule Trevor for a week as well?
That was a week from
You're so
yesterday.
bad
so
at this, Mr.
yesterday.
Mark. No, that was today.
That was
today.
this morning.
That was this morning, a couple hours ago.
Yes, how
8
about,
days.
well,
You need a calendar.
be sending him to Quintilius anyways. Yes, let's do, a week from now in the evening.
Great. I will see you then. Or will I be seeing you at the forum tonight?
I'm sorry. The life of an artist is incredibly busy at all times. Remind me, what's happening at the forum tonight?
Absolutely understand. Quintus Imbrooks has called a forum of the city. Some sort of. It was very vague in its wording, but he.
Vague and
wants to make-
wordy seems like Quintus Imbrooks.
Wants to make some sort of announcement. I'm not quite sure. Gaius, could you make a wisdom saving throw for me? I'm also going to need you to subtract 10 from that wisdom save.
Well, what? Way to bury the hatchet.
Oh, you
What
did
does he
this to me
have
with
for
my
me?
0
Okay.
spell points for bless or anything.
Who is fucking? What is this? Scrying? What is this?
Yeah, why does he have a body part of mine?
Werewolf time.
Does he have my fucking leg?
No,
You have
don't
your
say
leg.
that.
That's going to be a -8.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
Clayton, have you rolled above a 10? Have you rolled above a 10 ever?
Not today.
Oh god.
'Cause that's a 3
Gaius.
-1 -10 because this motherfucker stole my
Gaius.
hair or
Oh
something.
Gaius.
It's not
Uh,
scrying.
so
Aemil,
-8.
in the very last seconds of your detect magic, you see a pink sphere appear in the air of the alleyway, and almost immediately your detect magic fades.
Somebody get rid of that. Somebody's watching.
I don't say anything.
I can't. I have no magic.
Oh god. Oh god.
Hello, person
where
who's
was it?
watching.
Guys, don't wave to it.
Well, I want if they know we know, so we might as well not pretend. I'm just going to waste your time. I'm not going to tell you anything. Hi, my name is Gaius Maximus.
Okay.
I was a
Just-
gladiator
actually.
for all of my life.
What's your favorite color, guys?
My favorite color is actually rose pink. It's very beautiful.
Oh,
So
that's
nice.
ironic. That's the color divination magic.
No, that's unrelated. This is
Um,
they're two different shades of pink. Actually, I like to think in my mind.
Back to Cassius. So will I be seeing you at the forum tonight?
Maybe. I like to keep my schedule open, but I will most definitely think about it, Cassius.
All right. Well, you do great work, and I'm so excited to become immortalized in stone. And that's where we're gonna call it for today.